On that top story now, Leigh-Anne Jansen, who has been keeping an eye on that Patricia de Lille story, is joining us now from Cape Town. The Cape Town mayor took the DA to court to force it to reinstate her. Now, Leigh-Anne, judgment has been reserved. What exactly is the relief that Patricia de Lille is seeking?
Well, Patricia de Lille's application today was twofold. She wanted the court's relief to be reinstated as Cape Town mayor, as DA member and councillor, and part B of that to rule that the 3.5.1.2 clause of the DA's federal constitution is invalid and unconstitutional. Part B of this application will be heard on the 25th of May, but the court has ruled an order that the IEC cannot fill the vacancy of councillor pending the outcome of court proceedings, and we believe that judgment in the interim order case is scheduled to be heard sometime next week. We haven't been given a date yet in that regard.
Well, let's talk then a little about that Part A, which the court dealt with today. What exactly does it entail? Is it simply a question of her getting her job back? End of the story.
Well, it's simply, yes, her getting a job back, and also that the IEC cannot fill the vacant post, also that the city manager and the city council, the city manager cannot order the IEC or ask the IEC to fill that vacancy. What Dali Mpofu, senior counsel for de Lille, had argued today is that the DA had not followed procedure in seizing her membership, and that there's no way that the DA's legal team can prove to the court that Patricia de Lille had intentionally, or that it was her intention to resign from the party, given her interview with Eusebius McKaiser on Talk Radio 702, in which she was asked, once she wins her court battles, which she believes she will, that she will resign from the Democratic Alliance, in which she replies, "You've summed that up correctly, I will walk away."
So for now, at least, not only does she want to stay on as a DA member, but she wants to stay on as mayor as well.
Yes, and she also says, and this is what a legal team said in court today, is that she wants to stay on as a DA member so that she can essentially clear her name with regard to the disciplinary proceedings that were instituted against her, as well as the recall clause that the DA's caucus in the city of Cape Town had invoked against her. You'd remember that at the weekend the federal executive was meeting to discuss whether to invoke the recall clause when de Lille's legal team had issued draft papers to them on their intention to approach the courts should the recall clause be invoked. So that is what we heard today. The DA's legal team, though, maintaining that it had followed procedure, that it was de Lille's intention to resign from the party, and therefore her membership from the DA had ceased in terms of clause 3.5.1.2 of the federal constitution.
And that's where essentially the matter was left today, until, of course, the court pronounces on that Part A, it must be emphasized, of the application.
Yes, the court will decide on Part A of the application, we believe sometime next week, whereafter a full bench will hear Part B of the application, and that will be heard on the 25th of May. After proceedings, de Lille had also told the media that she is happy with the court's decision to interdict the IEC from filling the post, and that she's worried about service delivery in the city of Cape Town, because there is no mayor right now. There is an acting mayor, Ian Nielsen, but when de Lille's membership ceased and she was no longer a mayor, the MACO that was put in place when she was elected mayor dissolved as well. So currently the City of Cape Town does not have a mayoral committee to invoke legislative powers in the City of Cape Town, and the Democratic Alliance's Natasha Mazzoni, following de Lille's interview with the media, said that she assures residents of Cape Town that services will be delivered, that there are people running the city in the interim, and that residents shouldn't be concerned about whether their services will be delivered.
Leigh-Anne Jansen, thanks.